Hey there, gorgeous gays. Version 2 here with Let's Play the Silver Case. When we last left off, you know, shit happened. Shit happened. Explosions, more explosions, even more really much bigger explosions. People dying, CEOs dying, beloved detectives being, you know, terrorists. I will say, so I misunderstood something last time that when I was editing, I realized I made a mistake. So, I was thinking when I read stuff that Sumiyo and his band of misfits. By the way, if you haven't watched yesterday's stream, spoilers for yesterday's stream. If you're watching this live, because I'm recording this the day afterwards, you didn't see yesterday. Spoilers for yesterday, but Sumiyo and his band of misfits. I misunderstood reading the files down in the basement as it was Sumiyo's group who killed Riru, and then did everything they did later on to get back at Yukimura, was it? Japanese name's hard for me to remember. But, like, I thought, I was thinking it was them who did that, but no. Because you go back to his fairy tale at the beginning, because as I was editing, I deliberately re-listened to Sumiyo's fairy tale at the beginning, and it was, there was a giant serpent, Yukimura, kidnapped the princess. 3 heroes came to rescue the princess, but in actuality, no, the princess was already dead. So the 3 heroes killed the serpent out of revenge, and also there wasn't a serpent. So no, the kids weren't the ones who killed Riru. They were the ones trying to help Riru, rescue her, but she was already dead. And it does seem that Sumiyo's group, which 2 of them are dead and Sumiyo gets to live, because, you know, he's a bastard, I guess. He had the other 2 offer themselves, and he didn't do that himself. So, like, he didn't fly the helicopter into the town when he did it. He let himself live. Selfish bastard. But it does seem that they were trying to protect Riru. She was the princess, and they were the 3 heroes trying to rescue her. And they didn't, so they killed the giant serpent. Now, even though Riru is Yukimura's daughter, it does seem that they did blame Yukimura for her death, because she died because of the... I don't know exactly who killed her then, but I imagine someone in the town killed her because of what Yukimura was doing. And so the kids, the townspeople wouldn't have done this, or whoever the fuck it was, wouldn't have done this if he wasn't, you know, poisoning the water hole. So that's when they came up with their plan later on to destroy him and his company and everything. So I did slightly misunderstand that yesterday, but editing last night, I noticed that. I was thinking that they both killed the daughter and then killed everything else later on. And then they destroyed the rest of the village to put the entire thing to rest, I guess. But anyway, we're gonna continue Placebo, with, you know, a dude who spends every single day in his apartment and never fucking leaves. So hell yeah, we're back to Morishima with Tsuki. And I'm curious what his perspective on everything that just went down is, because when you consider, like, major kidnapping, building explosion, giant village-wide explosions going off, that's gonna be a big impact for anyone, especially people who are just watching it from the outside. Like, that's shit that people will still notice from the outside, so fuck. So let's do Tsuki. Tsuki part 1. That's concerning. Why is it saying part 1? Huh, okay. That's new for Placebo. This is July 7th, so we're quite a ways before this all happens. Because all the major events of what just happened, like, basically at the end of July. Like, 26th was the kidnapping thing. ... Someone's working on something and keeping him awake. Someone's using a drill and just waking him up. ... What the fuck? Shit. A nightmare. Very loud. Very loud. Cigarette always in hand. 9 o'clock. It's not morning yet. I'll sue your ass. It's so loud. God, I want to fucking scream. What the fuck? Can we call someone? How am I supposed to know if the phone rings? Red, how are you handling it? Poor guy. He looks terrified. I can still hang out on the computer. I can still hang out on the computer. Slash. Found the bat. Alright. Attacking Skolba is actually pretty hardcore. So it took some time, but by reverse hacking the system, I was able to pull the user access logs. To find out who came into the chat room, I guess. All kinds of things in place. People using proxies and jamming things up, but they're, but with their raw IP totally visible, etc. So anyway, here's what I found. OS. Unix 7, browser, GC 5.05, screen resolution 800 by 600. Don't know, that helps us. Access, handle name, the bat, access time, 99.415, 22.15. Gateway, B23 area, ace1.pp. Mail address, junk@kipple.ne.jp. Junk. Fucking useful. Also, 23rd area. Are they in the 23rd ward instead of 24th like we are? Shit. And it fucking starts again. Every time we load up this game, there's some ridiculous shit, and this time it's just noise. This time it's just noise. Today's word, metaphysics, is the finding of bad reasons for what we believe upon instinct. But to find these reasons is no less an instinct. Okay? Gonna go with that. Have me taking information when you know this. Carnivorous plants. Yeah, let's go. Shadowberry, Darlingtonia, Californica. Darlingtonia, Californica. Darlingtonia, Californica. Saracensia genus. A perennial carnivorous plant. Grows directly up from the root. Its bottle-like leaves are green and approximately 12 to 15 centimeters long. The tips are clear between the veins. Has 2 winged parts. Named in honor of American botanist William Darlington. Distributed throughout Western Oregon and Northern California. Topics. Warning, the Darlington is weak to heat. We've opened a new meeting room on the website for the summer. We hope beginners and veterans can use it to help each other out. How to grow Darlingtonia californica. Almost the same as the Saracensia purpurea, but keep out of the direct sunlight during the summer. Reader opinions. Romy Takeuchi. Looking from behind, my Darlingtonia looks like a snake holding a mask. What a cool carnivorous plant. Oh, goodness. How you going, Red? Hey. You feel like ground super huge and fucking with the construction downstairs? Oh, damn, this is so annoying, I can't take it. Wanna go for a drive? And we leave. Oh my god. So we're just going for it. We're just going for a drive. Working so damn hard every damn morning. It's like one disaster after another for us. We're driving. Why are we looking at our emails? We're gonna get into a car accident. Maybe he's special. Maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe all turtles are like this. But Red seems to be a real coward. He just wants to spend his days floating around. And if anything disturbs that, he gets all sensitive and starts flapping around in his tank. And then stops eating. He's a hassle, but he's still lovable. How about the bat? The only thing I know is that he's one fucked up dude. I doubt whether he's actually has anything to do with Kamui. Why'd he break into the chat room that one time? Either he's a hacker using Kamui as a front, or a cracker who actually believes all this Kamui bullshit. One or the other. Other assumptions. Real name, Komori, or something bat-like in Japanese. That's why he uses the name The Bat. Age, little punk around 14 or so. Blood type, AB. Personality, something a rat or a bird or something. Has a mix of indecision and cunning. Fuck, I'm bored. Assuming his blood type. Jesus. Also, you can see how much he's learning from Kasabi with "fuck, I'm bored." Anyways, I got his mail address. I doubt he'd reply, but I'll try getting a hold of him. Maybe use your own burner email if you're gonna be doing that. Same day. Are we gonna go back to the same sounds? Okay, well, it's way in the afternoon now. Has construction stopped? Hey, construction seems to have stopped. Tokyo's room. Oh my goodness. Construction crew's gone to lunch. 3 p.m. lunch? Goddamn. The bat. Placebo. I'm getting sick of this shit. Placebo's the name of his cigarettes. So why is he sick of the cigarettes? How you going, Red? What the hell? Sleep? It was hang on for a nice pleasant car drive. Rocked it to sleep. From Tokyo Morishima to junket.kipple.any.jp. Subjects. Hello, CQ. To the bat. This is Morishima, the guy you picked a fight with a few days ago. Yeah, this is back in April you did that. You shouldn't have busted into our chat like that. Now I have your mail address. I don't know who you are, what you're trying to do, or whether you're a crazy fuckstick or a full-on crazy fuckstick. Get back to me. Let's talk about your homie Kamui. Definitely one way to send an email, bro. Alright, and I read all over those, so it's fine. Just give me another opportunity to read those if I didn't want to sit through the construction work for that. Anyway. And it fucking starts again. Jesus fucking Christ, man. July 8th. Still going. Still going. This motherfucker head hurts. The bat, cigarette in hand, is always literally the first thing before he gets out of bed couch. Before the motherfucker gets out of bed couch, gotta get the ciggy. How you holding up, Red? Huh? He's got his little head pulled in. He's terrified. I can't. Well, again, this fucking game. Parade. Oh shit. Okay, specifically parade. Fuck. So is it one of the? Is it one of them? Is it one of the? Is it one of the boys? Guessing game. What's the answer? Number 1. Anything else? Okay, no, just no. Guessing game. What's the answer? Number 1. At the last moment, an intrusion. An old witch. A wink. Oil fries. Nobody's there. Just Joan the slut. I appreciate. That's honestly my hope. My hope is at some point in my life, my nickname that people colloquially know me by is just Fire the Slut. Like people just see me walk around, just see me walk into a room, and like I'm known there, right? And someone doesn't know me, and they can see everyone like looks up at me to wave hi and everything, and someone just goes, "Yo, who's that?" Oh, that's just Fire the Slut. What? That's life goals. Life goals. Mum, dad, yourself. A stick, a log, a stone, dead. Made a slave by the bad guy. It's got to be you or me. Who's missing? So I've mentioned before that this game is obtuse and dense and it's hard for me to work out the meaning behind anything. This is the type of shit that I'm talking about. I don't understand it. I don't get what this is a reference to. I don't get what it's meant to be like a metaphor for or anything so far. I've got no idea. And I'm at the point in this game where I do have to wonder if some of it is deliberately meant to be a red herring that just sounds weird for the sake of sounding weird and isn't meant to mean anything. Number 2, old mother Twitchette likes kisses. She turns over her long tail and with one eye stares. Give her a kiss on her cute little mouth. As thanks, she'll share her tail. Old mother Twitchette. Who is it? Number 3. There was a crazy family riding a crazy horse running like crazy. Where did they get to? Number 4. Some brothers picked up a corpse and buried it in a stone grave. Who killed and ate the kid? Well, that last one could be related. What The hell is this? The bat's address. A guessing game? The fuck is this about? I have no idea. I have no idea. Today's word. Provide first to the man who does not take. If you want something, try getting on the person's good side. Okay. Oh my god, shut the fuck up. Fucking seriously. See, they're probably doing it now because they assume most people would be at work and not just sitting at home all day. Shit, does that mail actually mean something? This kind of thing pisses me off. Okay, fine. So I have to play a game, huh? Write down a memo of what the fuck is going on. At the last moment, an intrusion, an old witch, a wink. Oil fries, nobody's there, just join the slut. Mum, dad, yourself, a stick, a log, a stone, dead. Made a slave by the bad guy. It's gotta be you or me. At the last moment, an intrusion, an old witch, a wink. Oil fries, nobody's there, just join the slut. Dad, mom, yourself, a stick. What? No. A log, a stone, dead. Made a slave by the bad guy. It's gotta be you or me. At the last moment, is it me or him? An intrusion, is it me or him? An old witch, maybe him? A wink. Oil fries, what the fuck? Who's missing? Who the fuck? I don't fucking get it! Meant to be deliberately confusing. Got it. Where are we headed? Mulholland's. Okay. I think this is a new place. Smoke shop. Where else would we be going? If we're not going out to buy booze, or like to go get pissed at a bar, of course, we're here buying smokes. One kind of the regular. Here you go. Placebo, right? There they are. Yup. Also, again, have to give credit to the idea of naming your cigarette brand Placebo. That's fucking strong. That's fucking strong. You know, my husband used to smoke these. Your husband, huh? He used to smoke these? So you mean he's... Yeah, my husband kicked the bucket years ago. Right about now, he's probably smoking Placebo. Up in heaven or wherever. They sell them there. Oh, they sell them there. These have been around forever. The box has changed, though. My memories of my husband have been fading, which is sad. I guess so. Okay, I'm going home. The construction should be done for today by now. Nice bonding. Nice bonding with the poor shopkeep who just wanted to talk about how her husband passed away because you remind her of him. I mean, I guess if I'm expecting Morishima to bond or be friendly or open up with anyone, I'm expecting too much of Morishima, is what I am very much learning throughout this game, so never mind. Come on, do it, I dare you. Tokyo's room. Cigarette, as always. But, like, I hate playing games. Fuck. Why the hell do I have to do this? Ah, hold on. Maybe Erica could always get her to do shit. Yeah, she'd be better at this than I would. Okay, Morishima, to be fair, at what exactly is she not better than you? Awesome. Looks like that construction work is finally finishing today. Red's adorable. Again, anything happens to him. Death threats. Death threats are being sent. Subject, just guessing. I got a weird mail from that guy called the Bat. I'll forward it to you. What is this guessing game? You get it? I have no idea. Let me know if you figure it out. Also, from now on, I'm gonna encrypt my mails. I'm using a program I used to use at the news agency. Are you able to read this? Probably a wise idea. To Inahana, get it on. Has a guy called the Bat ever been involved in the Kamui case? He's able to mess with systems on the net, and apparently doesn't want people digging up stuff on Kamui. He contacted me online and told me not to fuck with Kamui. He also sent some sort of riddle. He also seems to know about that thing at Babylon. Let me know if you know anything. So curious who this Inohana is, who Morishima's contact is. At the last moment, an intrusion in Old Witch. Is this some sort of poem? Searching all over the net got me nothing. Nothing in the encyclopedia either. Nothing in the newspaper database. Not even anything in the fucking Farmer's Almanac. Construction's finally finishing tomorrow. About fucking time. What's up, Brad? I appreciate that, like, the flow of how this goes is getting a lot better. Where it is just talk to Red every time you know, if you ever get stuck, just talk to Red and that will give you something. Hey, you get this? This guessing game thing? Are you even awake? Okay, brother. I'm gonna go to sleep too. Getting woken up like this every goddamn morning. We need a fucking break, you know? Sleepy. Sweet dreams. Ooh. I know everyone who's watching this is also getting tired because I yawned and the game was talking about being sleepy. Midnight. I'll do the construction right now. Do it. Do it. I fucking dare you. Do it. Do it. Piss off everyone in the entirety of Typhoon. Do it. That poster is going to do something at some point, and it's gonna scare the shit out of my dick. It's already night. It's been a while since I slept like that. I guess he crashed because he was so tired because of all the construction. You're up too, huh? Morning, sleepyhead. The only thing that he seems normal in his life with is his friendship with his goddamn turtle. It's the one thing keeping him sane. He's sleeping again. He just woke up and went back to sleep. Red's gonna be the main fucking villain. Oh shit, everyone responded. Just guessing. This guessing game's a riddle. You're probably supposed to look for keywords from the text. I know the answer though. More importantly, who is the bat? The version of encryption software you're using is too old. Your encryption sucks and I can still read it. Alright, investigation. Looks like nobody named the bat was involved with the Kamui case in the past, but I agree that he should be marked for the future. Find out who he is and report quickly. It's about time you sent some info worth the price I paid you. Keep looking, keep looking, keep looking. Maybe if I get this quiz right, I'll win a trip to Hawaii. Fuck. Fuck this. I need food. If you need food, I swear to God, if this fades out and we appear at the pub, alcohol is not food, Morishima. Alcohol is not food. For fuck's sakes. Bro. Hiccup. At the last moment, an intrusion. Excuse me? What does that mean? Fuck if I know. Is it about someone's personality? Like someone who's intrusive? Like someone who intrudes at the last moment. So you've been listening, huh? But no, it's not about someone's personality. I guess. No, it's gonna be the bartender who's the fucking main villain. It's like this. At the last moment, an intrusion. An old witch, a wink. Oil fries, nobody's there. Only Joan the slut. Dad, mum, yourself. A stick, a log, a stone. Dead. Made a slave by the bad guy. It's gotta be you or me. I've heard that somewhere before. Of course he has. What, seriously? Ah, I know. It's from Mother Goose. What do you mean? Old word games. In English. Some of those words come from these games. Okay then, can you figure this out? It's a riddle. Question for this one is, who's missing? The blind man. Really? Definitely. The blind man is missing. You're a genius. I like to do what I can. I'm going home. The first dude that we saw, the dude who initially blew up, again, I think Yukimura's the name, I could be getting that wrong. The dude who blew up Yukimura's villa, did he have his eyes stitched shut? Because I'm just wondering, because the second dude had his mouth stitched shut. So is it meant to be the first one's the blind man, the second one is the unable to talk man? You. Tokyo's riddle. The blind man. What does this mean? And what is the bat trying to do? I still have no idea. And there's one thing that I know for sure. It's that my nerves are totally on end. And I want to pluck the feathers from that bat or chicken or whatever his name is, arsehole. And that those feathers are growing by the day. Hey, Red. What the hell is sleep? Sorry, I have to check on Red every time. Because Fred's cute. Okay, we're sending it back to here. The first one. The answer to number 1 is a blind man. So what do I get if I figure them all out? Yeah, there's like several of the riddles we haven't even touched again. I'll get Erica to help again. Just ask the dude at the bar. He seems to know what he's on about. Just ask the dude. Just ask the bartender. July 9th. Friday. There it goes again. How incessant they make this noise is so funny. I'm just, the more shit that happens in so many different ways. Funny moments, funny lines, holy shit moments, some of the thematic stuff that's happening. I'm really getting into the intrigue to engage, to really enjoying myself with this game now. Like just loving it for all, just loving my experience with it because of all of its quirks. Today, those goddamn pig fucking arsehole sons of bitches are finally finishing that construction. I feel like a lot of people in this place probably thinking the same thing. You really did great dealing with all that noise. You just keep on keeping on, Red. Siggy in hand, as always. As always. Yeah, I'm still baffled this is a fucking PS1 game. Not only his head, but he's got his hands and feet pulled in too. You've got it rough too. Anyone responding to us? Oh, we got Kipple again. News update. DNN news update. New virus. Festa. If you receive an email titled Festa, please do not open it. If opened, Easter.exe will be activated, wiping everything from your hard drive. Please share this text with as many people as possible. This is a new self-propagating virus, and according to AOR, it is not only very dangerous, but there is currently no way to deal with it. Please share this with as many people who access the internet as possible. Hopefully it's actually from DNN and that itself isn't a virus. If you get them all figured out, I'll tell you a fairy tale. After this, I'll answer your first question about what I'm trying to do and who I am. A fairy tale. What a fucking dickhead. So, why did this guy... I don't know whether it is Sumio himself or one of the others. But why did they get involved back in the first case, or the first report? Like, why did they hack the chat room then? Remember when our chat at Skolber got disrupted? Around the time of the Kamui case. You dropped from the net and couldn't get back in. When that happened, some guy replaced you and interrupted our chat. That guy's handle name was The Bat. He started talking to me suddenly and told me not to look into Kamui. For some reason, he also knew about Babylon. So I hired a certain net detective to find his mail address for me. I mailed him and got that weird, Riddle mail. I figured out the first one. I also figured out how to solve it. Probably. It's from some old Mother Goose thing. You know Mother Goose? With the right materials, the remaining 3 should be solvable too. Feel like getting together to solve some riddles? Get me back. Let's hook up and win that trip to Hawaii. He hasn't even explained... This dude has a habit of saying things to people because he's thought it without realizing he hasn't explained it. Like, asking her about the bat in the first place, or the trip to Hawaii. That was a thought process that he had on his own. I feel like the dude genuinely doesn't realize that things he thinks aren't things that everyone else knows sometimes. So do we know who Slash is either? We just messaged Slash like once. I don't know if we have actually learned who Slash was. other than good computer person. Remnants from the eye of a demon. Even the most thorough searcher sometimes overlooks things. I feel like all of these today was meant to be very thematically appropriate for what's going on. Whether they're clues or actual details about things, or whether they're just meant to be theming for, like, the whole nature of the game, I'm not sure, but still. The noise is finally gone. Looks like the construction is finally finished. It's still 9 in the morning, bro. Give it another hour. They're at their breakfast lunch right now. Breakfast lunch, breakfast break. Give it an hour. Erica didn't actually get back to you about agreeing to meet up. Do you know she's going to be here? She is here, okay. Ah, she called me right away. I was about to say, she didn't... We didn't get an email about that. And weird that we didn't have a thing of her calling us and us answering the phone. It just skipped straight to this. Surprising. Erica called me right away and we met up in the park at my building. She bought a Mother Goose book. We put the book and the mail from the bat together and started looking for answers to his little game. Without titles, it was hard to search them out, but this is what the first one is based on. Hinks, minks, the old witch winks. The fat begins to fry. There's nobody home but Jumping Joan. Father, mother, jumping because she's a slut, so she's jumping off it. Okay. Father, mother, and I. Stick, stock, stone, dead. Blind man can't see. Every navel have a slave. Your I must be he. What a fucked up poem. Is that the actual, like, Mother Goose poem? I have no idea. I've heard of it. I've never actually read it. And stuff like that. It could be, but yeah, like, yeah, the dude was just saying the poem in a fucked up way. Like, an even more fucked up way. So here's the riddle. At the last moment, an intrusion. An old witch, a wink. Oil fries, nobody's there, just Joan the slut. Dad, mum, yourself. A stick, a log, a stone, dead. Made a slave by the bad guy. It's got to be you or me. Who's missing? The blind man is missing. So literally, the blind man. Even that bartender knew this rhyme. That dude's surprising. Maybe he really likes Mother Goose? I wonder. He does seem a bit weird. So do you, bro. So next is this one. Old Mother Twitchit likes kisses. She turns over her long tail and with one eye stares. Old Mother... I don't know. Give her a kiss on the cute little mouth. As thanks, she'll share her tail. I've heard that before. Really? Old Mother Twitchit, right? Yeah. Hold on. Oh, I'm waiting. Okay, so Old Mother Twitchit was... Ah, here it is. It's from this poem, look. What was the question again? Who is Old Mother Twitchit? Ah, I see. What is it? The direct translation of the original poem says this. Old Mother Twitchit has one eye. Each time she turns her long tail over and jumps a spot, she leaves part of her tail behind. What the hell does that mean? The poem itself is a riddle. A riddle, huh? Listen. One eye leaves its tail behind. Therefore, Old Mother Twitchit is... Huh? A needle and thread. Oh. I'll take your word for it. A needle and thread. Ah, because I goes through the eye, goes needle, leaves the tail, the thread. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. So it's a needle. Second dude did have his mouth stitched together, so... What about the question? I don't know. But it looks like it means that a needle kisses thread. The fuck kind of kiss is that? Kiss, because mouth. Stitched mouth. Let's leave that for now. The answer for number 2 is needle and thread. What's next? Here's the third one. There was a crazy family riding a crazy horse running like crazy. Where did they go to? A crazy family. It's got to be a poem with a crazy family and a crazy horse somewhere. Another fucked up poem. Quit complaining and search for it. Whatever. I can't find it. Me neither. Wait, hold on. Waiting. It must be this. Which one? It's a bit long. Hello, I still got much good spoilers. Just here to say, hi teams. This game is fun. I did actually Lost Judgment. Oh, I can't wait till I play Judgment. Can't wait till I play Judgment in 2025. So excited. There was a crooked man who had a crooked wife. They lived in a crooked town. They had 3 crooked children, and they were all crooked. A crooked father, a crooked mother, and 3 crooked children. They all got on a crooked horse and rode a crooked path. And as they send us down a crooked path, so I'm not just gonna quote an entire Polaris song. Listen to Crooked Path by Polaris. It is one of their best. Not my personal favorite, because that's the Descent, but it might be second. It might be second. They rode day and night, and without anyone falling off, they continued to ride the crooked path. They arrived at the gates of hell. Old Nick was happy to see them. He welcomed them inside, but sadly they were too loud, so Nick threw them out. That sounds right. So where'd the crazy family end up? Hell. That's the answer. Nice work. Yeah, I'm awesome. Anyways, now for the final problem. Here's the text. Some brothers picked up a corpse and buried it in a stone grave. Who killed and ate the kid? Some brothers picked up a corpse and buried it in a stone grave. There should be a similar poem somewhere. Come on, hurry up. You keep looking too. I am. Brothers in a stone grave. Yeah, I've never heard of any of these things, so yeah. I don't know my poetry. Not a thing I'm aware of. Brothers and a stone grave. Picked up a corpse. Is this it? What? I'm not 100% sure. Show me. Okay, here it goes. The poem says, my mother, she killed me. My father, he ate me. My brothers gathered my bones from under the table and buried me beneath a large cold gravestone. That must be it. Okay, now we're getting the hang of it. So who killed and ate the kid? The father. Which, that I can understand directly tying into who's the person responsible for Reaver's death? Reaver's parents. Well, father specifically is the one who ate the kid in this case. Mother and father. So the parents. Right. Awesome. Wow, we got all 4. Let's try lining the answers up. The blind man, needle and thread, hell, parents. Yeah, no idea. I have no idea what that means. Me neither. I wonder if this really means something. What's he trying to say? The bat. Is it really worth chasing after him? I have no idea. But I feel like it is. A gut feeling? Something like that. But after all this work, what if it's just some creepy loser messing around? Don't even say that. I mean, these answers, they don't seem to mean anything. I know, but there must be something. The meaning, there's meaning in there somewhere. Do you really think so? Yeah. You think it has something to do with Kamui? I think so, yeah. Why? I think so. You think so? Look, the way you say that, can you not do that? There's DLC for Lost Judgment. I'm confused. I'm confused by even the concept of DLC for being for a Yakuza game. That alone is confusing to me. What? Can you not do that? I mean, again, knowing what we know from Parade, those answers do seem to tie into what's happening, but still, even knowing Parade, I still don't have a clear picture. So the Majima story from Kiwami 2 of it was paid DLC. Wow, interesting. Modern video games. Maybe I'm letting the bat get to me too much. Like Erica says, maybe he's just some crazy fuckstick with no relation to Kamui. But for some reason, he took the trouble to hack that chat room and follow me on the net. The bat gets to me because I'm scared. Even now, I'm still somehow scared of Kamui. In the same way, I can somehow feel a kind of terror in this guy too. I mean, again, Morishima did seem impacted, is the term I'm using currently, by what happened at Babylon, so the influence of Kamui seems to be growing, or at least growing amongst different people. And it makes me wonder, everything that the bat is telling us about here in a Parade and stuff like that is very much tying into what we just saw. So Does the whole story of Mikumo 77 have something to do with Kamui in of itself? Erica doesn't get that because she didn't talk to the bat. Either way, I got my keywords. Now I just have to wait for the door to unlock. It's a junket at Kipple. This is all of them. The answer number 1 is a blind man. The answer to number 2 is a needle and thread. The answer to number 3 is hell. The answer to number 4 is both parents. I got them all, right? Now tell me who you are and what you want as promised. Kinda don't want the answer, but it's fine. Same idea. Super Boss Sword Blind DLC 7 did get the same thing in Japan. We got it later, so it was in the base game. Lost Judgment simultaneous worldwide release, so we get the DLC too. Okay. Yeah, I guess the stuff that was DLC for Yakuza 0 was the stuff that Bob just gave you later on. Okay. So because it's being released worldwide, now the West is actually paying for DLC. Okay. That makes a little bit more sense. So it's not just the new games, it's always been like that since Yakuza 0. Got it. Oh, hell yeah, net cracks. Tasty. Tasty net cracks. The construction is finished. There's nothing else. Just gotta wait for a response from the bat. We are still a long ways away from before shit goes down. Which makes me curious. I mean, clearly Sumio's been planning this for a while, right? Clearly. Shut the fuck up. Be quiet. Huh? he's just naturally, instinctively yelling at that. Have you played Travis Strikes Again? That is part of Kill the Past. No, I have played nothing in the Sudaverse or Kill the Past series, and I'm playing them in, I don't know if it's specifically release order, but I'm playing them in this order. I've played nothing Suda or anything like that. I'm starting with the Silver Case, and I'm working my way through the entire Kill the Past series. Possibly diving off into other Sudaverse games, depending on the situation as we go through. So it's this, Flower, Sun and Rain, Killer 7, 25th Ward, No More Heroes 1, 2, Travis Strikes Again 3, and then in the middle of that there's a couple mangas, fan games that are like translated mangas to do as well in the middle of that. But that's the current plan. So no, I know nothing about any of the other games. I've never watched them, I've never seen anything about them, I've got no idea. The politicians outside. I can't hear the microphone. A dream? Seriously? Politicians outside can't hear the microphone? That sounds way more like the protests that were happening. A nightmare. Actually, the construction that was happening here, were people protesting it? Because fuck, that lines up with what happened at the beginning of Parade, doesn't it? Like at the beginning of Mikomo 77. The construction is finished, but I woke up too early. This is frustrating. The fuck are you smiling at? Don't be mean to Red. I feel lost in the obvious reference to other two games. I only played No More Heroes 1 and 2, Lollipop Chainsaw, Shadows of the Damned. So that's the thing. So Shadows of the Damned and Lollipop Chainsaw aren't strictly Kill the Past entries, but they are Sudaverse. So I might play those as well, like as part of it. I don't know whether I'll do them like in the order that they came out between and everything like that, but it's definitely tempting. This is my first Suda game and I'm fucking loving it so far. Like the more I play it, the more and more it's grabbing me. So I knew for a while that like, because like with how people talked about it, that I would enjoy Suda games, or I had a pretty strong suspicion I would. And I'm glad that the very first game that I'm doing, I'm immediately being like gratified on that thought process. So if me enjoying Suda games continues up as much as it does, I am more than happy to continue with other ones. Just whether I'll go through Kill the Past first and then go into those, or whether I'll dive out of Kill the Past to go into Sudaverse, I haven't really decided yet. I really like Shadows of the Damned. Is it good? I don't remember, but I loved it. Hey, I can say the exact same thing about Deadly Premonition. Do I like Deadly Premonition? Yes. Is it good? No. No. Hey, you got it. That's perfect. Congratulations. As promised, I'll tell you a fairy tale. Here it is. A princess and 3 boys. Only their memories. The clouds are dirty black, and the village died out. Then, a nightmare-eating chimera disappears along with the winds. It's literally the exact thing that we heard at the beginning of Parade. Literally the exact thing. And contact. I've been thinking, and I thought of something. I wanted to tell you directly, so call my cell phone as soon as you get this. Okay. And Inahana, report now. You find anything about the bat, don't forget you're supposed to report back to me right away. Inahana is just messing us all the time. Fucking assholes. It's Inahana. Regarding report now. Still investigating. Can report soon. Give me a bit more time. Inahana is like on our ass all the time. Fucking Christ. Fucking Erica. You're the one who said not to call you anymore. Why are you pissed at her? The fact that she's talking to you at all. You should be happy about, bro. Jesus. Dude's a dick. Calling Erica's cell phone. It's been a while. He just pressed the same button like 10 times in a row. The button press didn't change sounds for each one. Her number's 555 555 555. Oh, she answered. Holy shit. Is this the PC or the PS4 version? Wrong on both counts. It's a Switch. They released Silver Case and 25th Ward as a double pack onto a single thing. So I'm playing it on Switch. Because I've also got No More Heroes 1, 2, and Travis Tracks again on Switch. No More Heroes 3 is that... It literally came out like a month ago. I got it, like, I bought it on release. I just had to ship it from... It is shipped from overseas. But yeah, it released like sometime in either June or July for the Switch. But yeah, it's Silver Case and 25th Ward together. And I just figured I'd get that because, well, the rest of a lot of Kill the Past for me is on also Nintendo. So I just figured I'd get it here as well. And also, I really enjoy this controller. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy the PS5 controller as well, but I enjoy this one. Travis Tracks again for Switch on 30 is on sale, PS4 for 10 with DLC. Well, I bought it physically, so I got it for 30 as well. 30 Australian, so. But yeah, but I want it physically because I like collecting physical, so. It was the cheapest I could get it physically, so for me it worked out cheaper. Hello? It's me. I saw your mail. Oh, thanks. So, what's it about? I just thought of this, but hold on. Let me find some place to talk. Okay. Hello? I can hear you. I thought of something for those quizzes. Maybe the whole poems themselves have more meaning than just the answers. The whole poems. Basically, the poems themselves are what contain some sort of message. But don't you think that the bat is just some weirdo who's into riddles? Well, yeah. But I decided to trust your gut feeling. Wow, I'm really moved to tears. Spencer physically, I only have the third physically. Love physical, but Switch games cost so much. I have several games that I've got in tabs where like once a week I will check the price of different games, and whenever I see them for cheap physically on Switch, I buy them. Like I bought Celeste like a week ago physically, like on eBay, because I found a copy on eBay for I think it was 70. Where normally it goes for like 150 to 200 plus. So I was just like, all right, getting it, bam. Same with like Hollow Knight, Oninaki, Owlboy, like Travis Tracks again, as I just mentioned. I got No More Heroes 1 and 2 through limited run, so that was just like the normal limited run price. But yeah, like I have a bunch of games that I'm just like, I might play that at some point in the future, and it's on Switch, physical. So let me just keep up a list and check like once a week to see if any of them happen to be cheap at any point. I actually recently bought Ukulele and the Impossible Lair and the original Ukulele for PS4 because I found a Australian website that was selling them for 30 bucks physically each. On Rule of Rose on PS2 unboxed, but it's apparently 2,000. I've heard of Rule of Rose and it's actually like something I've considered playing. I've heard it's weird, but I've considered playing it. It's like way down on the list, but I've considered that. But if it's PS2, I don't have a PS2, so I just emulate it anyway. But paying $2,000 for it physically? I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Like, I'll pay $150 if it's like a game that I am absolutely in love with that I desperately want physically to display it. And even then. By the way, I've got something to report myself. Did the bat say something? I got another email. I sent an answer and got a new one. It's about the fairy tale he mentioned before. I'd like to read it. If you can make it out this afternoon, I'll be in the park. Okay, see you later then. Okay, we're meeting up with Erica frequently then. That park. It's turning into my special meeting place with Erica. And so far, we're 1 for 1 in terms of how well they go. I want to get Yakuza 3 PS3. If I get that, it is time to make a Yakuza display shelf. Okay, so you want to know what I've done for Yakuza? They haven't been delivered yet, but you know what I've done for Yakuza? Because I have the Yakuza Remastered Collection on PS3, I've got the box, where it's like the fold-out cases for the Yakuza, like 3 and 4 on one disc and that, like the red fold-out case. I found someone on eBay who makes custom boxes and custom box art and everything like that, who has Yakuza 3, Yakuza 4, and Yakuza 5, all PS5 editions, in-box printed custom art and everything like that. So I bought those cases, and when I get it delivered, I can deliver like all the Yakuza games on PS4 like all together with their own separate boxes. It's awesome. It's awesome. That being said, I don't have Yakuza Kiwami 1 physically because I was playing it on my PlayStation Plus subscription, and now Yakuza 1 physically is expensive as shit. So now that's the one I'm looking for. And also, Dead Souls didn't have a PS4 release in any capacity, so it's just on its own PS3 box next to all the others. And then I'll probably get Judgment, Like a Dragon, and everything like that natively on on the PS5 edition. So like the whole Kiryu saga together is all that. Is there a normal version of the collection in a normal box? I have the fold-out one as well. Yes, but the normal collection is all in one box. I have I'm getting 3 separate boxes for each 3, 4, and 5. So each individual game from 0 to 6 has its own individual box. That's what I'm doing. You can't outdo how nuts I am when it comes to like wanting physical collections. You can't do that. I met with Erica at the park, same as yesterday. I showed her the new mail from the bad, and we thought about what it meant. I was thinking fought as in fought, like we fought each other, but no, thought as in thought about it. I've always had issues with pronouncing THs as Fs because for the first like 10 years of my life, I was missing these 2 front teeth here. So I couldn't pronounce TH sounds properly, so it's still something I have issues with nowadays. I want to import the PS3 version of 0 to see how it runs. Does that exist? Was 0 released for PS3 in Japan originally? If that happens, I never knew about that. I thought it was PS4 exclusive to start. It was cross-gen in Japan? I did not realize this. Holy shit. So was Ishin? I did not realize this. Wow, okay. I thought they were just exclusive PS4 ones. Wow. I'm learning things today. It may mean nothing, but Erica was deep in thought. This bothers me even more than the last riddles. Really? To me, it just seems like some pretentious-ass bullshit text meant to sound meaningful. A princess and 3 boys. Only their memories? A princess and 3 boys. The date on this is weird. The date? Look. It says August 2nd, 1979. The time doesn't make any sense either. Oh yeah. 1979. That's 20 years ago. So was Kiwami. 6 was the first PS4 exclusive. Probably why the engine is different. Also didn't realize that. Also didn't realize that. So I have a grudge against the Dragon Engine though because of Kiwami 2. So I'm not looking forward to other games that are in the Dragon Engine. Kiwami 2 made me hate the Dragon Engine. Like, hate it. It's everything about the Dragon Engine, at least for Kiwami 2, is just significant downgrades compared to Kiwami 1 and 0. Like, significant downgrades in every single capacity with 0 redeeming qualities that push it above 0 and 1 in any aspect of the game. So, I'm not looking forward to other Dragon Engine games because I have a visceral hatred for it because it's everything but worse. 20 years ago, there's something there, but what the hell? Some incident? An incident from 20 years ago. Yeah, maybe. So I guess there's a meaning to it. This fairy tale. The clouds are dirtied black. Dirtied? What happened? Factory. Well, 6 is the best looking Dragon Engine game. I think my favorite one gameplay wise is Judgment, not counting 7 since it's so different. I've heard 7 is very different and that Judgment's the gameplay one that fixes it the best. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that Kiwami 2 specifically is just one that fucks up the Dragon Engine in a lot of ways because it makes it visually look awful and perform awful and physics are bad and it sucks and I hate it. The village died out. What does it mean? Try to remember something, Erica. Hold on. I think I've... Really? Just shut up for a second. Okay, fine. I'll be quiet, princess. I'm gonna have a smoke. Pollution. What? Oh, there was something else there that I skipped. Pollution! Yeah, that's it! The village disappeared. What are you talking about? 20 years ago, there was a village called Mikumo. She actually knows. It got all messed up from pollution. The village disappeared. And then a girl was killed too. That's it! It has to be. That's gotta be it, Erica. This fairy tale is about that village. Yeah, it has to be. Nice work. I knew you had it in you. Yeah. Huh? Oh, sorry. Before, what? We used to work together like this a lot. Yeah. Back in the day. Never mind. Wanting to improve the 6 combat a lot, so 6 type? No. No. No, not even slightly. It's Dragon Engine, but before they fixed everything in Kiwami 2, which I hate everything about the Dragon Engine Kiwami 2. Like, I'm so looking forward to all the issues that I have with Kiwami 2, but even worse. I'm so looking forward to that. We don't have time to reminisce. We have to check out Mikumo. Let's split the work. I'm going back to the office. Okay. Contact me if anything comes up. Don't. Like, they're working together well, and they're starting to get along, like, talking to each other, and she's just like... just at every step. See, here's my thing. We're learning all of this shit about Mikumo a good, like, 2 weeks before, like, all the shit in Parade goes down. So do we know about it and try to do anything about it leading up to it? Or are we just learning all of this and then eventually, oh shit, things are exploding? Kiwami 2... I keep wanting to say that Kiwami 2 is my least favorite, like below Kiwami 1. But then I remember the good parts of Kiwami 2 and then I remember the boss fights of Kiwami 1. Sorry for railing this and turning into a Yakuza stream. It's fine. I'm trying to I'm reading this as much as I can as well in between. It's all good. I looked into Mikumo. Mikumo 77. Over 20 years ago, it used to be a village. Eventually, Mikumo village was developed as an industrial area. Then it became a town, and pollution became a problem. Then the factories were shut down indefinitely, and now the area is managed by the government and is completely off limits. Oh, okay. The village is off limits. That I didn't realize. Basically became a trampled on cursed area. News about that girl getting murdered still remains in old newspaper articles. This is another fucked up story. But why is the bat talking about this stuff? What does it have to do with Mikumo? And what does Mikumo have to do with Kamui? That's the thing that I'm curious about. If Mikumo 77 has anything to do with Kamui, shit, the cases are starting to tie together. Which, considering the next case on Transmitter is Kamui Drome, is going to happen, but still. Yeah, I know I'm coming. Sorry, check on Red first. What the hell? Asleep? Sorry, I always gotta check on Red. No, I meant the phone! I meant the phone. I meant the phone. Hello? It's me. You got something? I found an old man from Mikumo 77. An old man? Didn't everyone from Mikumo die off? This guy... So the pollution was that bad that, like, most of the residents of the village fucking died? I don't know if that's a worthwhile reason to import a Wii U copy of that, but sure, why not? I found one of the few survivors. I'll make an appointment with him. I'll go see him tomorrow. Hold on. You should just go see him without making an appointment. Why? Because I doubt it's going to be a happy, fun story. You're right. He's old, so you better go see him before he keels over and dies. Jesus. What a dick. It does make me wonder how old Sumio is. Like, he was a kid when this incident happened, and the incident happens 22 years ago. So is he close to 30? I thought he was younger than that. But I guess he's been on the force for a little bit. Being the only Nintendo Yakuza release is funny enough to import. You raise a good point. You raise a good point. I forgot to read the daily word from earlier. How did I fuck that up? Pick up your axe and jump into the abyss. Just as an axe is useless underwater, outside of appropriate situation, even useful tools can be a burden. I'm pretty sure pick up your axe and jump into the abyss is just advice for Dark Souls boss fights, but sure. Sure, we'll roll with it. Sure. I know this is heading somewhere, but somehow I feel like something's off. I got a bad feeling. Why would someone be, why would someone be messaging you about an incident of a town being poisoned 20 years ago? Unless it meant something. Why would they do that? Again, we're still a whiles away before shit kicks off. So either this is going to end before shit kicks off, which might be the whole... We did see this was called Tsuki Part 1. We did see this was called Tsuki Part 1. So maybe Tsuki Part 2 jumps forward a little bit to when or after shit happens. That was a good sleep. No construction workers? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, what a fucking rest. Hell yeah. Huh, damn Red. You look happy about something. You sleep well too? Yeah, we all slept well because there was no construction. Whew. Alright, what's in the inbox? Just more Daily Mail. The cautious remain unscathed. Be careful and you won't make mistakes. Tell that to the Special Forces dudes who died at the beginning of the game. Careful, huh? Even when careful, you can still get lost. Holy shit, a Daily Mail is actually, like, necessary to continue story. If when careful, you can still get lost. Like, if your map is wrong. Okay, then. Akumo, I think that was it. What a fucking hassle. Maybe I'll just ask the bat directly. Yeah, that'll go well. That'll go well. Sure. Sure, bro. Just send an email, say, what are you planning with the incident that happened 20 years ago, bro? Sure, it'll go just fine. Be totally chill. Don't worry about it. Ugh, stupid neck. I love the idea that he spends all day at his fucking computer researching. And probably gets like 4 things done because it's an internet in the 90s. Like I said, this is Japan. Maybe the internet in the 90s Japan was actually still half decent. And still did some stuff. Like, it actually wasn't just so slow that you had to spend 4 hours waiting for a single page to load. This is possible. Hey, Erica! Ah, she went the old guy. I met with that old survivor. I get what you mean. He's a weird old man. Even though I'm right in front of him talking, it feels like he's staring off a mile away while speaking to you. It seems like he doesn't care whether or not I even exist. That Mikumo 77 pollution problem was caused by the Yukimura group, according to the old man. Yukimura. I might be getting that wrong a little, but Yukimura. It actually was the Yukimura group that pushed for the development of Mikumo 77, though. Also, he told me a creepy story. Another damn fairy tale. I think Mikumo 77 itself, the actual village itself, was that one of those town setups that we saw in that, like, warehouse that we went to. I don't know the dates line. I don't remember the dates of when it said... Because there was the first one being built, then there was the royal one being built, like the something sweet things like that. Was the first one of those the actual village, and then they put a factory next to the village and it poisoned everyone? He told me a creepy story, another damn fairy tale. What he told me was this. A demon marked a girl with a seal that would bring disaster. The people were all baffled by it. Some boys surrounded the girl to protect her, but the people had turned into a violent mob and took her away. The innocent girl had her feathers plucked and was sacrificed. Oh. Oh. Jesus Christ. Okay. So it was just the village. It was the village, like as a whole. And they did... more than just kill her. And the demon marked a girl. It was her father. As revenge on the father, they did that to her daughter. Jesus Christ. So it was another story about a girl and some boys. There's a continuation, but it makes no sense. I have no idea what this guy is trying to say. Each the kids in the story is either blind, deaf, or dumb, apparently. Additionally, he says the factory was producing weapons to fight off an alien invasion. What the fuck, right? If it were you probably would have tossed your tape recorder in the gutter at this point. I mean, as the thing, the pollution may have just been affecting the minds of people who were there. Like, if it was poisoning them enough, like if it's like, let's just say what is likely because of what happens, lead poisoning. Lead poisoning causes like dementia and Alzheimer's and shit like that. Like, it makes your brain start physically like breaking apart, deteriorating and shit like that. Like, when people are affected with stuff like dementia and stuff like that, sometimes their personality changes in drastic ways, depending on how severe it is. And this is the 70s. This is a factory causing pollution in water. There's a very good chance it's lead poisoning. That if it's happened to the entire population, I mean, like, he's maybe survived, but like his brain's never recovered from this. The actions of the people there might be because of how severely affected they were by poisoning. This is assuming this is all lead poisoning and everything like that. It's very possible that this is what's like happened to the town and why the townspeople, you know, did what they fucking did based on what we saw. Like the way it's described there. But I feel like there's some truth mixed in with the old guy's stories. The people who turn into a violent mob, etc. Hey, do you remember the origin of the Bats number 3 riddle? Story about the crazy family riding a crazy horse to hell? I think that story may be referring to this violent mob. It all ties together, yeah. And there it is. Okay, I didn't realize that the Yukimura mansion was blown up this early. Because the kidnapping and stuff and like the final part of that, that's on the 26th. So I think it's just us taking, they're taking time to do that. Yukimura mansion blown up. Newsflash, at approximately 9:50 a.m. today, July 11th, the home of Yukimura Group chairman Yukimura suddenly erupted in flames and explosions. It appears to have been caused by a bomb. So far, no one appears to have been injured. Neither the police nor news agencies have received contacts from anyone claiming responsibility. The Yukimura mansion. What the fuck is going on? And now shit is getting serious because we're receiving these ominous things about Yukimura happenings, everything like that, and now we're learning that it's being blown up. And now our two characters are explicitly aware that this is tied. Don't worry, Morishima. You've still got several more explosions of increasing largeness to go through for this. Wait a second. At least tell me what the hell happened. There he is. Can't say shit. Just go back home for now. I don't have time to waste with hacks. Hold up. In that case, I want to say something. Next time. We're on emergency call right now. You hear the sirens, right? But anyway, keep out of this shit. Hey, wait. Fuck, what the hell is going on? And now he's actually panicking because he may actually have some information that will help deal with what the fuck's going on. And now Kasabi won't talk to him. Tsuki part 2. It's weird that we're getting like part 1s and part 2s in the middle of this. This is weird. Is it giving us part 2 because time skips forward a little bit, or like we've not had that yet? Okay, yeah, no, it's giving us part 2 because it's skipping forward in time. Morishima's stuff so far, I think, has always gone day by day by day without skipping ahead in time. So I think they're giving us a Tsuki part 2 because we're skipping forward nearly 2 weeks. That would make sense. Yeah, 23rd, so 3 days before. Well, I think it's 4 days before. The ransom happens on the 26th, I think it was. And then I think Snow Tower was 27th or 28th. And then Mikomo itself is like the 30th or 31st. So we're approaching that. So we just spent our last few weeks just racking ourselves over what the fuck's going on. Morning, Red. So how many emails have we got in response to all that? We haven't got any. Eric hasn't spoken to us about the mansion blowing up. So that's what I wanted to say. Yeah, here. Rumors. Yeah, so here we go. After that weird thing with the Yukimura mansion getting blown up, it looks like something has happened to Chairman Yukimura himself. It's still just a rumor, but most of the rumors from this particular news agency turn out to be true. So plenty of care will be required for info concerning the Yukimura Zaibatsu. Stock prices too. It's pretty apparent that the higher-ups here at my company are acting strange. I assume there's going to be some sort of press embargo. Something is happening to the Yukimura group. Maybe threats from the bomber or something? By the way, you went to Mikumo 77, right? Find anything new? And how about contacts from the Bat? Wait! We saw this dude went to Mikumo and we didn't get to see that? Alright, because we can't see this dude outside of his fucking apartment. It can't just be a coincidence. We find out about that stuff at Mikumo 77, and then the home of the chairman of the Yukimura group, which basically killed the town of Mikumo, gets blown up. Maybe the Bat tipped someone off. He must know something, or possibly he himself was the bomber. When you saw the news about the bombing, you said that you felt something too, right? How do you plan to move? What the hell are the HD unit guys doing? I can't get hold of them. I know. I think the Bat is suspicious too. Yeah, like, we're actively working at this point to try and, you know, stop from whatever the fuck's going on from going on. I went to Mikumo 77 for 3 days? Jesus. It's the longest he's been out of his house in any fucking time for the last several years, it seems. Of course, I wasn't able to get set foot inside the factories, but it was still surprising to see that it has been left as is for the past 20 years. Mikumo 77 is like a ghost town now. Nobody lives there. The buildings are all old and fucked up. The roads are filled with potholes. Looking from higher grounds, the old factories show off a black silhouette. The factories are relatively small. The small factories take up all the space, with almost no open areas. Like some weird plants cropping up. Or like guts made out of metal were gathered together. All dead. What happened to Yukimura? Was he killed or kidnapped? Or maybe the HC unit's protecting him. Either way, like Erica said, it's certain that something is going on with him. Maybe I should hurry up and report on the info I brought back from Mikumo 77. I probably know who did it. Probably. Today's word, the drunker the safer. Drunkards rarely get hurt. Those who stop giving a shit somehow tend to avoid making mistakes. Yet another one for the screenshot folder for the silver case. Yet another one for the screenshot folder. So even though it was the villagers who did what they did to Riru, it seemed like, and Sumiya was trying to protect Riru. Sumiyo's anger at what happened is still with Yukimura. I assume because he's aware that it's because of Yukimura and the company, like the Zaibatsu, that the town was poisoned, which is the poisoning of the town that led to what happening to Riru. Like, he doesn't... Maybe he blames people in the village. I mean, he did blow it up at the end, even though no one was in there, but still. Shit, if this ends up being pointless, I'm gonna lose my shit. Stop writing stuff on your laptop while you're driving, bro. You're gonna cause an accident. I went to the HC unit and grabbed a guy named Morikawa and gave him a message for Kusabi. Wow, you actually spoke to someone else there. I said I wanted to give him some info materials concerning Mikumo 77, but it's no good. He obviously wasn't taking me seriously. The guys in the HC unit are out for blood, and they're probably not seeing what's right in front of their eyes. Yeah, no, they didn't see the Mikumo stuff until right at the end. Literally right at the end. They didn't consider... Has this company done anything fucked up? And that's what's causing all the shit to happen. Hell, after the fucking ransom thing, they were fine leaving it as is, and Kasabi was the one who's just like, no, some shit's going down. We're gonna continue exploring, which he did. Regarding Yukimura, it looks like they have no intention of telling me what's going on. I guess private citizens don't have the right to know. Well, I don't have to tell them shit either, you know. The 3 kids from the old man's fairy tale. The princess who died equals the girl. This is for sure. According to old newspapers, a 7-year-old girl was killed. The person responsible was caught and punished. However, there are many points of doubt in this case, and the injuries sustained by the girl were so bad they couldn't have been done by just one person. They apparently found blood of different blood types in her body. In the end, the story was wiped out quickly, and everyone forgot about it. Blood of different types were all found in her body? Jesus. But if it was a violent mob who killed the girl, then stuff starts to make sense. There are some really intriguing analytical reports about the victims of the pollution in Makuma 77. Those affected suffered from terrible asthma and overwhelming fatigue, mainly. But on top of that, it wasn't known at the time, but the hazardous waste contained a certain type of narcotic substance, which possibly really fucked people up. So it's probably not specifically lead poisoning, but like, by comparison still stands, I think. And they did say the narcotic was addiction, like caused addiction. Now, the narcotic substance have a stimulant effect which causes violent obsession. Maybe this caused people to turn into a violent mob, which is why the girl was killed. So that leaves the two boys who tried to protect the princess. Of these three people, one was blind, one was deaf, and one was dumb. The old man's story is correct. 20 years have passed and they've become adults. Where are they and what are they doing now? I'm almost certain that it was those two boys who blew up the Yukimura mansion. However I look at it, that's the only thing that makes sense. I wonder how Kasabi will react to those materials. Can that dude even understand those fairy tales? He's gonna hear someone else other than Samir mention fairy tales and just be like, oh, for fuck's sakes. Also, the bad. Erica's theory that the words to the riddles themselves have meaning seem to be correct. A blind man. Is that one of them? Who is the bad? And what about Kamui? Is even Kamui somehow connected to Yukimura? The HC unit is really on the move. Something is still happening. What the hell is going on? Damn, Morishima, how do you keep getting tied up in all this shit? I mean, the first one because you're told to look after Kamui, but then the second one happens where you are. The third one's with some dude who hacked you like 2 months ago. Getting revenge 20 years after the fact. That does raise the question of why did they wait so long? Or is it just they were planning it very specifically so they could take out the entire company? Because that was their plan, right? Like, they didn't just kill Yukimura and leave it there. No, the plan was kill Yukimura or the executives, financially bankrupt the company, run it into the ground. The Yukimura Zaibatsu no longer exists. Like, their plan wasn't just revenge on Yukimura himself, even though that was a big part of it. It was destroy the entirety of the company, the people running it, and stop it from ever existing again. They very much blame the company itself, along with like the people running the company, for all the problems. So did they wait 20 years because they wanted to get into a situation where they could work out how to bring down the entire thing together? It's like, I get all excited for some reason. I wonder why. What do you think? Because you're getting to do shit instead of just laying on a couch all day. That's why you're excited, Morishima. No name. Oh, fucking awesome. Find anything about the bat? We've already been over when and how you first came into contact with him. The shit is no longer going to fly. I need some info from you. With all these extensions for your reports, you've already broken your contract. If you don't reply within 48 hours, drastic measures will be taken. You will be in a world of shit. And no name. Welcome to Oh. Yay, you're already fucked. No stopping it now. You're totally fucked. You're getting totally reformatted. Your computer's now fucked. Everything on it, everything. It's going away now. There it goes. But if, oh god. Bye-bye. I was trying to back out and press no, by the way. I was trying to go over and select no on the executable. I was trying to go back. I was trying to do all of that. The game didn't give me the option. I got fucking hacked by the virus. There was that, no, I don't get to read today's word. What the hell is this? Fuck. Looks like I've been hit with a virus, I guess. Shit. The idea of a virus coming up on the computer and just saying, uh-oh, you're totally fucked, is like salt in the wounds, Jesus. God damn it, motherfucker. Yeah, okay, I got it. Okay, sorry, but I've got my shit all backed up and compressed and loaded to my laptop. So, you know, go fuck yourself, virus. Always back up your shit when you can. Oh yeah, he has the computer there and he has his own laptop. Fireworks, huh? The Yukimura Mansion. Now the explosions start. Maybe they're trying to set it up like some sort of festival. Like a parade. Criminals sure do love blowing shit up real good. Why is that? Explosions are hype. Who the fuck? Probably Erica. It's like, oh, okay, it's the same dialogue again. Had to check. Alright, probably Erica. Did your computer get fucked too? Or is this, Kasabi? Hello? Kasabi! It's me. Oh, hey, Kasabi, right? I heard from Morikawa. That's good. There's something regarding Makumo 77 that I just have to talk to you about. Okay, but wait. I can't give out any info right now. Listen, Yukimura is fine. Other than that, I can't say shit for now. This is on, I think, the 27th that it came up saying, so Yukimura would be, like, not kidnapped right now, if that's the case. This is 26, so they're going back. Who was the bomber? We're looking into it. There should be 2 men left who were originally from Makumo. It may have been them. Is it because of this conversation that Kasabi was just like, we need to look into this shit further at the end? Is it because he learned from Morishima that there's possibly some, like, deeper meaning to what's going on? I see. Do you have some kind of lead? No. But try checking that place out. Akumo. Listen up. People's lives are at stake. So don't say shit about this to anyone. We aren't letting anyone from the media get anywhere near this. If anything got leaked to the bomber and it gets found out, everyone involved will be fucked. Of course I won't. That's all for now. I'm hanging up. I'm wondering, because I'm trying to remember exactly, did Kusabi say something about Makumo 77 before we got there? Was it just look into a warehouse? I don't remember. I did it literally yesterday, but I don't remember the exact details about how Kasabi came to the idea if we should look into it more and go find out more about it and everything. I don't remember the exact details about how exactly Kasabi came to that info, but it would make sense if Kasabi was thinking about that stuff because he heard from this dude about it. Yukimura's okay. Something's definitely going on. Shit, I'm all out of leads. What the hell do I do now? Go back onto the computer. Totally fucked. Alright, so we just can't use the computer anymore. Damn. Red, lend me your wisdom. You're not just living in elegance, right? I mean, you can't understand me anyway, but still. Oh yeah, the old guy. Saw a turtle. Oh, I should go talk to an old man. Feels a bit mean there, Morishima. Little mean. In the car. That's right, we're not allowed to look at our laptop unless we're driving somewhere. I didn't get to read today's word. I'm just waiting for Morishima to open up the email on his laptop and his laptop gets fucked too. Can't rely on the HC unit. I'm sick of waiting for mail from the bat too. If I'm gonna proceed further, I'm gonna have to talk to the old survivor from Akumo. He'd know who those 2 boys were. I need to move. Why does he think it's 2 boys? Didn't the fairy tale he get say a princess and 3 heroes? Isn't that what the fairy tale at the beginning of Parade said? So why does he think it's 2? Alright. Apartment Yamikumo. If that's where we are. It's not quite next to it. Yeah, Yamikumo. Yamikumo Apartments. With just a single bed on a floor. I went to the address I got from Erica. Ended up being a small, dingy apartment building. When I knocked on the door, an old man with the veins bulging out of his temples stuck his face through. He looked a bit clammy and sick. I came to ask you about Makumo, I told him. For some reason, he seemed to smirk at my statement. He invited me into his apartment with a smile. Focus on the bed. Cough, cough. Pardon me, I'm not in the best of health. I see. Go ahead and lie down, don't mind me. So he's just lying down in his bed while we're just sitting next to him talking. What do you need? There were 3 kids in Makuma, right? Oh, the kids. Yeah, they were there. I want to know what happened to those kids. You got any smokes? Huh? Oh, yeah, here you go. Here's some placebos. Please, tell me what you know. Hey! What is it? That's good. These are some good smokes. That's wonderful. But yeah, that was some terrible stuff. I mean, what happened 20 years ago? Those kids had grown up together. They were really close. Always getting into mischief together. And while I was sleeping, they shaved my beard off. Like, really cleanly and nicely. No, wait. That was my grandkids. Come on, buddy. Oh, yeah. Those 3 kids had a leader. Born into a poor factory worker's family. What was the name again? Really clever kid. Is that the princess? The right-hand man. Oh, yeah. It was a boy named Fuyuki. He didn't talk much, but he was a smart kid. So that's the first guy. There was another selfish little boy named Kaseki, too. Yeah, the names that we did see were X'd out key at the end of both of them. So, yeah. Fuyuki and Kaseki, that makes sense. So that's the second guy. And what happens? What happens? Some really bad stuff. They ganged up on the kids. Did horrible stuff to them. What did they do? The first kid, they gouged his eyes out. Then they sewed his eyes shut with a needle and thread. So was that the one who hung himself? I don't remember that specific detail. Another one had his mouth filled with oil and sewn shut. That's what the oil is? They filled his mouth with oil and sewed it shut? Oh, God. Poor bastard. The last one had his ears stabbed out with a stick and had his eardrum. What? Wait, what? That'd be Sumio then. Because, I mean, we saw the dude with his mouth stitched. And even if the dude who hung himself, I don't know exactly the detail of it, Sumio certainly hasn't had his eyes gouged out. But Sumio had his ears stabbed with a stick and had his eardrums crushed? See no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil, of course. Of course that's what it is. 3 monkeys. Didn't that come up at some point? Seriously? So that's what happened to him. So who is see no evil? Who is speak no evil? Who's hear no evil? As far as who was which, that's all lost in the fog of my memory. So then the bat is here. No evil. Or say no evil? Bats can't see. So they use the sounds? Blind as a bat? So is the bat... If that's the case, that would make sense. Well, we haven't gotten an email from the bat for a while. Because if the bat is the person who can't see, they're dead. Because they hung themselves, like, what, a day or 2 after the blowing up of the building? Like, of the house? That would make sense why we haven't got an email from them for a while. 20 years ago, there were 3 friends, a girl and 2 boys. For some reason, the girl was horribly assaulted by the violent mob of the people from Makomo, and yeah, as I suspected, based on the term of innocent girl and having her flowers plucked. The 2 boys tried to save her, but were captured by the violent mob. The 3 had their eyes, ears, and mouth shut. Was the girl the one who had her ear... Wait. I'm now confused. I thought there was 3 boys who were friends. And then there was the girl, Riru. I'm getting confused between how many boys there are. Because there was 3 people at the end doing shit. So unless Sumio wasn't one of them, but I think he was. The names that we saw in the thing that we read in the book, at the bottom of that warehouse, it would make sense if those names were the Kaseki and Fuyuki that we saw there, and then Sumio. So what do you mean 2 boys? Wasn't there 3? This is what that riddle from the bat was talking about. They were drenched in oil, or just attacked with it, stabbed, and were sewn up with a needle and thread. Who was eaten by their parents? That means their parents turned a blind eye to what was happening to them. The bat can write mails, so he either can't speak or can't hear. The one who has their eyes gouged out and sewn up was either the girl or the one who isn't the bat. The one who had oil poured into their mouth and had sewn it up was also either the girl or the one who isn't the bat. Wait, bat can write mail, so they either can't speak or can't hear. The one who had their eyes gouged out and was sewn up was either the girl or the one who isn't the bat. The one who had oil poured into their mouth and had it sewn up was also either the girl or the one who isn't the bat. And now the 2 boys are attempting to get revenge for what happened 20 years ago. I can't tell whether Morishima's just misunderstanding things or whether I'm misunderstanding things now. Because from what I'm understanding, Morishima's totally wrong right now. The girl wasn't any of them. There was 3 boys. And I would assume the bat is the one who can't see. Based on, you know, bat. They're after Yukimura, the one responsible for causing the pollution and everything else. When I get home, I gotta restore my desktop PC. I can't tell whether I've just misunderstood things a lot or whether Morishima so far is just actually incorrect. No, before that, I gotta clean out the turtle's tank. I cannot tell whether he's wrong or whether I've misunderstood shit. Because didn't he say to the old dude when he spoke to him that there was 3 boys, but now he's getting back and writing emails about, like, memos about there being 2 boys? I'm confused. Actually, Yukimura may not be safe. It's still the 25th. Didn't the ransom exchange happen on the 26th? Looks fine. Well, the hard disk is clean. I guess this will do just fine. Yay, we can use computer again. We still missed that one Daily Mail. Final warning. I'm warning, if you don't reply, your contract will be terminated. You're almost out of time. Final warning. My computer got fucked up by a virus and I couldn't send any mails. Sorry about that. About the bat. He must be a Kamui believer. I heard his name among some rumors on the internet. He hasn't mailed me back again yet. Apart from that, I have absolutely no info. It's not at all what he's thinking, but sure. So conversely, if you've got any info, I'd like you to share it with me. I'm still investigating and I'll keep going. Just a quick note, that is all. I had to kick the fucking hornet's nest. I can't tell the client about the time the bat crashed into my chat. It would break my non-disclosure agreement, as I was chatting with Erica. I can't explain that. Why was the girl at Makumo raped and beaten? There must be a reason she was sacrificed. If I know who she was, I could probably figure that out too. So yeah, he's not aware yet that the girl was Yukimura's daughter. The eagle does not catch flies. Even if an eagle is starving to death, it won't reduce itself to eating garbage. Okay, don't eat garbage. Otherwise, you won't be an eagle. I have to be an eagle, because my last name means eagle. There we go. That's where we're going. We haven't been to the bar in a while. Gotta keep up the alcoholism. Have we got the bartender's name? If we do, I don't remember it. It's been a while. I guess it has. So I was thinking in Placebo, names don't appear around characters when it highlights them, where it always does in Transmitter, so we get a lot less people's names. Or at least, it's not much harder for me to remember people's names if they're not being told to us. By the way, whatever happened with those riddles you were talking about? Oh yeah, those. I finally worked them all out. Then I went on a little trip. I knew it! So you want a trip after all. Yeah, I went to Hawaii. Thanks to you. In that case, how about a drink? I guess I have no choice. Fix yourself one of whatever you like. Clampricot Shandy coming right up. Alright. Damn, got the hiccups, to drink more water. So I'm not drinking this, it's causing hiccups or anything? Not at all. 26th is this the day. And I literally did this yesterday. I did Parade literally yesterday in terms of recording. And it's amazing how much I still have forgotten immediately. Just here it is in my brain, and I just go dunk, and it just goes twing. Like, I remember parts, but it's like specifics that are just, nah, they're gone. They're fucking gone. Hey, Red. Morning, Red. Bartender got me absolutely shit-faced last night. Whatever, it's fine every once in a while. Yeah, once in a while, Morishima. Once in a while, it's fine. Alright, news update. Yukimura Mansion bombers commit suicide. Was it that late that the bomber committed suicide? Or did that happen earlier and it's just now being revealed to the media? Again, do not remember details in my brain. The perpetrators of the bombing of the Yukimura Group's Chairman Mansion on July 11th were found to have committed suicide. According to reports, there were 2 suspects, both of whom were unemployed with no known address. Currently, the location, time, and motive for the suicides have yet to be publicized, but the police are expected to make an announcement soon. So one of the suicides was the person who into the smokestack, right? Follow-up. With the press embargo, this is still top secret, but it looks like Chairman Yukimura was kidnapped. The kidnappers were 2 people from Mikumo 77, Fuyuki and Hisaki, but Hisaki died immediately after the Yukimura Mansion bombing. There it is. So Hisaki was the one who hung himself. So it looks like the main perpetrator was Fuyuki. Although there was an embargo on Fuyuki and Hisaki's suicides too, it was broken. Hisaki was blind. Exactly. And Fuyuki, the one who jumped into a smokestack and killed himself, was a deaf mute. And don't freak out, but both men had their eyes and mouths sewn shut. Wait, both men had both sewn shut? And Fuyuki was deaf and mute? So Fuyuki was both speak and hear none, but they both had their eyes and mouths sewn shut? I'm trying to remember the anime that we saw. Was the dude who came up saying kill the past, did he also have his eyes sewn shut? I thought his eyes were open, and it was him speaking that. So most of what the batters said matches up. I never thought this whole thing would get this bad. But why did those two return Chairman Yukimura unharmed and then kill themselves? Maybe Seki dying messed up their plan, and so Fuyuki decided to die too? Something is definitely not right here. This whole case is still full of mysteries. Honestly, because on this side, everything is happening that is like possibly hidden or obscured because of confidentiality, I'm now less certain of what actually happens than before. This is not normally how this goes for me in Placebo. This mail has been set to reach you on a specific bait. I'm not the bat, my name is Sasaki, the blind one. This is probably pretty disappointing for you. When I first received your mistaken mail, it was kind of fun. And so as thanks, no actually, as a prank, I chose you to be a spectator for my little parade. You're apparently quite a good spectator. I'm happy about that. Do you like parade fireworks? The parade has just begun. The bat was Hisaki. No. I just thought he was the bat. But it turned out that I happened to have been talking to Hisaki all along. But why was he able to write mails even though he was blind? Touch typing, voice to text, literally my best friend. You'll see him in chat, he's Hannibal. Literally my best friend is blind. And you can obviously see that he types in my chat sometimes. Morishima, open up your brain. Think about... Touch typing is literally a thing. I type without looking at my keyboard because I know where they all are. How do you... Okay. Okay. Like, Erica says that both of the men had their eyes and mouths sewn shut. Is that just a translation weirdness of one had eyes, one had mouth? Or did she mean both had both? Which, from what I understand, is inaccurate. Because again, when we saw the dude who said kill the past, I'm pretty sure he had his eyes open. But I could be wrong. One card, another regular. Here you go. Placebo, right? It's hot again today. Well, it's summer, so... By the way, you have good eyesight? Not especially. I can just make out the 88 on that big sign way over there. It's actually BA from Bath. Oh. I guess I didn't notice. It's not a problem of noticing. What do you do when you watch TV and stuff? I turn the volume way up so I can hear properly. Turn the volume way up. It's basically the same as seeing, right? Wait a second. Sound. Bad. Morishima, you're slightly slow on this. Once you learned about those, I'm okay. Okay. I'm still, it's either Samio was deaf or Riru was made deaf. I still think Morishima doesn't actually understand how many people were involved. Like, because if they were paying attention, Princess, 3 heroes, they'd know there's still one more person. Turns out that blind internet users aren't rare at all. What a fucking twist. There are all sorts of systems for blinds, like voice input, text reading functions, all kinds of shit. I feel like Iseki is the kind of guy you just can't hate. He was almost definitely the bomber. But apart from that, when I think about our back and forth via mail, he really had a good sense for that sort of prank. I'm gonna prank you by teasing you about an explosion and then blowing shit up and just being like, "Meow" afterwards. I don't know how good of a spectator I was, though. I literally didn't even see it happen. Just read an email about it. Follow-up report. I received my final mail from the Bat, or Hiseki rather. I'll forward it to you. He likely died because of what they planned to do. I think the stuff these guys were doing was all part of the plan from the beginning. The HD unit is probably handling Yukimura's kidnapping. Either way, since the guy is really well known, the embargo should be on for a while. It'll be a while before I can get info from the HC unit again. I wonder if Yukimura is really unharmed. Considering Hiseki and Fuyuki's feelings, it would be pretty hard to think that Yukimura would come back totally unscathed. Well, scathed, just maybe not physically. I don't care about the mystery anymore. Once the media gets a hold of all this, all the bullshit is gonna start flying again. Whatever. Anyway, apparently while I was searching for the Bat, I ended up finding a different one instead. The blood-sucking type. Pretty fucked up dude. Wonder if they ever made it to the princess after all. Nah. She died. Like ages ago. Like 20 years ago. Not quite, man. 27th. It's either 27th or 28th that Snow Tower goes. Again, like, Morishima still may have actually helped out the HC unit in some capacity. If it's because of what Morishima said about Mikumo 77 that made Kusabi look into the warehouse after the fact. He may have, I mean, the cops still didn't prevent jack shit from happening. In fact, so far, that's been a pretty consistent trend. The cops have not stopped anything from happening except for catching Ayame. Like, after a lot of stuff happens, but like, so far the cops haven't really stopped anything from happening. They've just found out the details afterwards. Morning, Red. Been getting up pretty early recently, huh? Well, maybe not that early. I think it's Didn't it say 9 or 10 in the morning? Bro, that ain't early. I get up at 6. Wow, still nothing from Inahana. Favor. It looks like something happened to the old survivor from Makumo. I got a call from the old lady living next door to him this morning. She didn't know who to call, and so she saw my business card and called me. At this point, it looks like he'll be okay, but he could take a turn for the worse at any time. I want to go talk to him ASAP, but all sorts of stuff about the Yukimura news has been popping up and I can't get away. Could you go and check on him for me? Please. Get hold of me later tonight and I should be able to drive out there. Okay. Something's happening to the dude. I guess it's best to talk to the old man before he dies off. That may end up not even being a joke. Fucked up joke, bro. Fucked up joke. Turn your hands up the clouds. Turn it down the rain. Human nature easily changes like turning your hand over, and is unreliable like the changing of clouds and rain. I still don't know whether the daily word is meant to have anything to do with stuff that's going on, or whether it's meant to just be like set dressing to just add to the vibe of what the overall game is. I'm still not sure. In the car. Oh, neck. Some really fishy shit going down. I guess I should hurry. Step on the gas! Bam! Don't use your email while doing it, and you may get there faster by not causing a car accident. This may be the chapter where this dude has left his house the most. Hell, he was out of his house for 3 days straight going to Makumo. I mean, to be fair, in the last chapter, he didn't leave his house anywhere near as much because the crime scene was his apartment complex, but still. Yamikumo apartments. What is with the music in these apartments? Music is so weird here. Like, it's meant to be eerie and creepy and weird, but it also feels kind of childlike, like childish. Hope the old dude's okay. Huh? Oh. Do you have any relatives close by? Been living here on my own for years now. The old lady next door takes good care of me. So I do okay. Really? By the way, you're... Oh, it's you! Do you really remember me? Yeah. Fuyuki. Not quite, bro. Good to see you, boy. It's Morishima. I'm Fuyuki's friend. I see. Yeah. I know the name of one more, too. Kaseki. Wait. No, wait. Hiseki. Oh, yeah. And the girl. Riru. There's the name. Riru. That's her name? Yeah. A relative of the Yukimura family, he finally learns. The Yukimura family. I see. So this Riru girl was sacrificed by the crazy mob because of her ties to the Yukimura family. You didn't know that? No. Sorry, it's the first I've heard of it. The fourth poem. Eaten by their parents. So that's what they meant. So did the Yukimuras just let it happen to try and, like, ease the mob down? Like, did they just let their daughter be taken? That's even more fucked up. Like, the parents were just like, alright, yeah, we'll just let our daughter die. Like, maybe it'll calm him down. And one more. Huh? The deaf one. I remembered. Huh? What are you talking about? The deaf one. That was Riru, wasn't it? Yeah, no, Morishima's has literally been misunderstanding what's been going on the entire fucking time. Hiseki, have you forgotten? And now the dude thinks about Hiseki. What? Your boss, right? Who is? Come on, buddy, old man. Still too early to die just yet. I can't believe you've forgotten. I guess you must have gone soft in the head too. What the fuck are you talking about? My boss. Was there one more person? Princess and 3 heroes, bro. Oh yeah. What the fuck? This guy, man. Who? Oh. And he dies. 5 days. So that's the thing, if he actually heard the name, he'd be like, oh shit, he's a cop. Because Morishima's met Sumio. Because he went to where the stakeout was in Kasabi, and I'm pretty sure... Because that's when he called him Slappy Nuts or whatever. Or Ballsack or something. So if you heard the name Sumio, Morishima would actually be... Oh shit. By the way, August 1st, so... All the shit has now actually happened. Snow Tower, Mukumo, they're all gone now, 5 days later. No rising words about the fucked up shit that's happened these last few days. Morning Red. Fairy tale. It's gonna be over soon. Soon. Today's word. Rain stopping at night means rain. Rain that stops falling during the night will rarely last long. When rain stops, it stops. Carnivorous plants! Yeah, the most important parts of the placebo playthrough. Carnivorous plant world celebrity, question mark. Nepenthes rafflesiana. Nepenthes rafflesiana. Nepenthes Zybradahort. Damn, that's my favorite Kingdom Hearts villain. Vaichek's mast. Nepenthes genius. A hanging perennial plant. Its leaf tips have 10 to 15 centimeter bug catching bags. The top is cylindrical and the bottom is egg-shaped and green. It also sometimes becomes reddish. It is a hybrid of the Nepenthes cassiana and the Nepenthes gracilis. Created in 1963. Ooh, shit. So it's pretty near. Topics. 50 people can witness a Nepenthes rafflesiana stuffed toy via lottery. At 60 centimeters, it's perfect use as a pillow or cushion. It's like that's something that'd be slightly terrifying about using a carnivorous plant as a stuffed cushion. Two types, green and red. A photo of the toy has been re-uploaded to the website. It's a really funny Nepenthes rafflesiana stuffed toy. Campaign now begins in progress before it goes on sale in September. Check the website for details. How to grow Nepenthes rafflesiana. Almost the same as a Sarracenia purpurea. Grow in well-lit, humid place. When splitting the plant, be careful not to destroy it. Reader opinions. AK. I'm growing a Nepenthes ventricosa. Compared to the other Nepenthes, this one is fat for some reason, but that makes it even cuter. My plants are fat, feeding them too much meat. Literally, because they're carnivorous plants. It's already August. Should be hotter. Shit, I totally forgot about whittling that wood. No! I should probably play with you too. What should we do? You want to talk about all the shit that's going down? Sorry, Red. I'll give you some shrimp later. Erica or Kasabi talking about the fact that Mikumo blew up? Hello? It's me. Hey, Erica. Erica, did something happen? It looks like the embargo will be lifted any time now. The embargo, huh? If this were an embargo on Israel, I'd bet it would have been lifted years ago. Are you trying to be funny? I'm not sure if I get the reference. Why do you always have to screw around like that? I'm not screwing around. This is just how I was written. That's all. Whatever. Listen, the weather hasn't been this nice in a long time, right? The weather's been pretty ugly recently, you know? Why don't we go fishing? Are you asking me out? It was worth a try, I guess. I'm hanging up now. Okay, bye. Morishima, what the fuck? Why? Why are you like this? God damn it. Hey, DNet. 11 dead in Snow Tower terrorist bombing. There it is. So this is the first that we've heard about the Snow Tower thing. Shit, maybe the Mikumo thing happened a little bit later. Or there was a couple days between Yukimura getting out of the kidnapping and him blowing up the Snow Tower. Maybe there's a couple days between that. I'm not sure. Or just the explosion happened and they're now just revealing details about some embargoes being lifted. 11 dead in Snow Tower terrorist bombing. At approximately, oh no, it was July 31st. Okay, sorry. I'm getting my dates mixed up. July 3rd, so it was yesterday night. But it happened. Okay. Okay. So I'm thinking shit happened earlier than it did. Never mind. As I said, did this literally yesterday. My memory would be bad though. At approximately 11 PM on July 31st, Snow Tower, which housed the Yukimura Group's HQ, was blown up. The entire building was destroyed and 11 people were killed. Miraculously, there were fewer casualties than would normally be expected. The bombing is assumed to be related to the earlier Yukimura Mansion bombing. At this point, nobody has come forward to take credit for the bombing. Additionally, the victims killed in the explosion were Yukimura Group Chairman Yukimura and 10 members of the board. Since it was a holiday, regular employees and staff were away and therefore not injured. Deliberately done to make sure the only people who were harmed were the board members and the chairman. Fuck. I guess I'll get going then. Is she actually coming down to the park to meet with you? Nope, we're going to Harakiri Base on Seppuku Street. Harakiri Batting Center on Seppuku Street? Subtle. Subtle. Hi. If you're looking for Tetsu, he's not here. Shit, is this Samir? Actually, today I'm here to see you. Me? I want you to tell me a fairy tale. Oh, do you know? Did he work out? Was him? Go ask your mommy. My mommy isn't here, and that blanket is dead, so... You're pushing his buttons! It's a long story. But if you don't mind... A long story? Sounds nice. Don't blame me if you fall asleep partway through. Yeah, because after that happened, we couldn't find Samir. It was just like, oh, you know, he's out. So, when he got the word from the old man there, did he work out it was Samir? Or did he look into it more and find out it was Samir who was the other kid? Or... Like, because he literally went to Samir to ask him about a fairy tale. Like, he knows. He knows. Tokyo's room. Always with the cigarette. How you going, Red? Morning, Red. Hot again today. Hate the heat. Fuck the heat. Heat sucks. All my homies hate the heat. DNet. Akumo 77 bombed. So that was a day later that happened, yeah. Akumo 77 bombed. Today at noon, okay, so it happened, yeah. Just 34 hours after the Snow Tower bombing, the Makume 77 area, once developed as an industrial area by the Yukimura Group, was suddenly bombed, causing an explosion covering a 4-kilometer radius. And there was something there about the girl. Riru was there, something happened. I don't know, maybe it was like after all of the things were bombed, it was just like, and now she's in peace. Because all the stuff that led to her dying is fucking erased from the planet at this point. I don't know. Again, I'm not sure whether supernatural stuff does or doesn't exist in this game yet, which is kind of interesting. And by kind of, I mean very. Considering the previous bombings, it is thought that the groups, that someone attempting to destroy the Yukimura group is likely responsible. However, the perpetrator is, as of yet, unknown, and no one has yet claimed responsibility. Additionally, there are currently no residents in Makumo 77, and it is assumed that no one was killed or injured. It was just symbolic to destroy it. We just had to symbolically blow it the fuck up. Sorry. There is also a very important today word that I have to read. Friendship is a plant that needs watering often. To have a friendship continue indefinitely, you need to meet often and provide love often. Morishima. Morishima. You've gotten big again. How about it? We should go fishing together. Or maybe just sunbathing, I guess. Okay. I guess I'll just write it all up for at once. Write down your thoughts about what happens. This track's playing again. Samir answered almost all the questions I had. All off the record, of course. I just showed him the 4 mails I received from Hiseki. Sumio checked them all. I call Sumio, Fuyuki, and Hiseki the Makumo boys. The Makumo boys were childhood friends. Sumio had been their leader for the entire 20 years. 20 years ago, there was a beautiful game named Riru Yukimura, who was like the 3 boys' idol. Riru was raised in a branch family of the Yukimura family, and is a distant relative. Oh! Oh, she's not actually... Okay, she's not Yukimura's daughter himself. Okay. Riru's family was given some of the Mikuma 77 lands. Sometime later, the pollution problem in Mikuma 77 came to light. Mikuma was surrounded by a photochemical smog, and the river was full of water polluted by that narcotic. Soon, anti-industrial protests at the factory would begin as well, with demonstrations filling the streets every Sunday. Residents sarcastically referred to this as the parade. So the residents called it the parade too, okay. Wasn't it also being protested before the place was even fucking built? Like the factory was built? The parade would get more and more lively each weekend, and then one day, the residents formed a violent mob and attacked the Yukimura house. The residents, all fucked up from the narcotic in the water, were terrified of the extremely beautiful and early maturing Riru, and believed she was a witch. Okay, that's uncomfortable. Riru became a symbol of the Yukimura family, who had caused them so much pain and suffering. That day, Riru's parents, terrified of the encroaching mob, left their daughter at home on her own and ran away. Wow. Wow. Actual evil. Actual evil. The Mikumo boys barely managed to save Riru from the mob, and brought her to the mountains to escape. But while Sumio was looking away, Riru was taken away by the mob. Riru was sacrificed and died. Because they tried to help her escape, an example was made of the 3 boys. For hearing Riru's words and being enchanted, Sumio had his ears stabbed out. So Sumio was fucking deaf the entire time too. Jesus. Like, the entire time Sumio's been deaf. For seeing Riru's cute disguise and being fooled, Hiseki had his eyes sewn shut. And for swearing allegiance to the demon Riru, Fuyuki had his mouth sewn shut. Jesus Christ. And then, the Mikumo boys spent the next 20 years silently plotting their revenge on everyone. Sumio joined the HC unit. He became really good at lip reading and learned to control his intonation when speaking. He faked all of his physical tests at the Central Police Academy and bribed an examiner to pass him for the hearing tests. Fucking Christ! Damn, so he joined all this. Wow. Wow, Sumio. How did you do the lip reading with Kasabi in the car when he was asleep facing away from you, bro? That don't make sense. He used special radios and cell phones created by Hiseki to avoid being found out. Yeah, he does speak over the phone. Okay. Just special things. You didn't have to make the dude deaf if it would make everything so confusing. Hiseki developed software that would convert incoming transmissions into Braille. The software was installed into all communication devices used by Sumio. What, like, Braille bumps would appear on, like, his phone or something? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. It'd be easier, if it's gonna appear on the phone, it'd be easier to just make it fucking text. The Mikumo boys' goal was simple. The complete and utter destruction of the Yukimura concern. They put their plans into motion. For the Yukimura mansion bombing, while Sumio gathered security for his stakeout, Fuyuki kidnapped Chairman Yukimura and confirmed that there was nobody left at the house. And then Hiseki blew it up. Oh. So, while Sumio was doing the stakeout because someone had sent threatening emails to Yukimura, he was using that to work out how can we get in there, kidnap people, and make sure nobody else is left there. They went out of their way to make sure the only people injured were Yukimura and his chairman. Like, they went out of their way to do that. After that, Hiseki committed suicide as planned, to ensure that they couldn't be traced. He had already set up the bomb at Snow Tower before killing himself. At the same time, Fuyuki had Chairman Yukimura on lockdown. Fuyuki sent 2 videos from Investigation HQ to show them that Yukimura was still alive. Sumio met with the locked-up chairman several times and made a promise with him to get him to destroy the Yukimura group himself. Forced to make a painful choice, Yukimura finally agreed. So while locked up and kidnapped, he was just like, you're going to do this. Fuyuki demands the ransom. Once it's received, he throws himself into the smokestack. Another suicide, just as planned. Then Chairman Yukimura blows up Snow Tower by his own hand. The Yukimura group has now been scattered to the winds. Damn. So in him being kidnapped, they were able to convince him to do that. But the story doesn't end here. The Mikumo boys' final target was Mikumo 77. They still had the purification of the cursed land on which Mikumo 77 stood, and the release of Riru's restless soul to take care of. Yeah, that's what it was, yeah. Blow up the place so her soul can be at rest as everything that led to her death is destroyed. Sumio didn't mention it, but there was no way the Mikumo boys would let that dilapidated town remain. Anyone who's seen the grotesque remnants of Mikumo 77 would agree. Does Sumio plan to die? Or does he plan to atone for his sins by continuing to live on? That is the interesting part. For Yuki and Haseki were comfortable committing suicide as part of this plan. Sumio could have left the helicopter above the town when he blew it up and let himself be taken in the explosion, but he didn't. Of course, I have no idea. Princess Aurora slept the sleep of death at the top of the tower. Princess Aurora was reborn as beautiful as ever. But over the past 20 years, Riru would have been mummified, and her remains would be turning to dust by now. This parade must have begun from the feeling that the princess couldn't be returned to such a filthy place. So it wasn't just two boys. That's where I first fucked up. I'm glad that I understood and I was just thinking, oh, I picked up that he fucked up. Okay. Erica, final riddle. I worked out the final riddle we had overlooked. By the way, August 2nd, 1979 was the day Riru died. And that's when all of the parade finished here. As for 77564, when I showed it to Sumio, he laughed and answered. Apparently it was the secret code he told Yukimura used to blow up the tower. Do you not use the queer tag because I hate raids, or do you just choose not to? Just curious. I thought I did. I thought I had it. I honestly thought I had it. I'll be honest. I thought it was on there. I added it at some point. Maybe it disappears after every stream that you do, and I never noticed that. But I had added it, and I thought it had stayed there. That's your answer. I'm just dumb. It's dumb. I'm dumb, and I thought it was still there. I think it changed when you switch games. That would make sense. So you've got to re-add it every time. I didn't realize that. Whoops, my bad. Secret code he told Yukimura to use to blow up Snow Tower. Cause yeah, Yukimura was typing in, and that's what happened. Only the memories of the princess and the three boys. The clouds are dirtied black, and the village died out. Then a nightmare-eating chimera disappears along with the winds. Nightmare-eating chimera disappears along with the winds, destroy the entirety of Yukimura. The wording was purposely confusing. This is just a simple joke. Basically, this was the bomb warning that Haseki gave me. A princess and three boys. That's why I don't get how Morishima fucked up. I don't get how Morishima fucked up and thought there was only two boys when it said a princess and three boys, only their memories right here. That's what I don't get. I don't get how Morishima thought that there was only two boys. Akuma was dirtied black, and once the Yukimura group had been wiped out, the nightmare-eating chimera, the nightmare-eating explosion disappeared with it. I mean, that definitely shed some light on what just happened. It definitely shed light on what happened in terms of the exact... Okay, I is coming soon. The exact specifics of what happened to Riru and everything like that. Shell shock. I still don't know what those words in the end there. But, yeah, I'm still not 100% sure of, like, the exact everything. But that explained a lot more about just, like, okay, Riru wasn't directly... Yukimura's child, but was like a relative. The parents left her to die. I misunderstood it as the boys killed Riru, but I misunderstood that last time and I picked up on it before I started this time because, you know, stupid. But I did work it out eventually. Eventually I worked it out. Yeah, the placebos are always nice to just like help solidify your thoughts and understanding on what happens in Transmitter. There's not often like a whole bunch of like drastic new information. It's all just information given to you in different ways with a couple little details filled in to really just like give you a much clearer picture of what's going on, which because Transmitter is so obtuse and everything like that, with just the way, like, characters talk more obtuse in Transmitter, information's giving to you more obtuse in that, because everything is like happening around you and to you immediately at the time. It's a lot harder to take in everything that goes. So Placebo's a really nice change of pace, much more relaxed, because you're always in the same place, looking at things from usually more of an outsider's perspective and everything like that. And obviously also just the character building of how much of a fuck up Morishima is, and seeing people like Kasabi in different situations and stuff like that. Like, I think like, if this game was only Transmitter, one, it would be a lot shorter, but two, it would be a lot, like, that's the thing, the way Transmitter is done in terms of its presentation and its deliberate obtuseness, and the deliberate, like, hiding of information or presenting information in a cryptic way so you don't quite know exactly all the details, all of that helps build the tension and the drama and, like, the atmosphere that Transmitter does really well, and I enjoy it for all of that. I wouldn't want Transmitter to be written the way Placebo is. I wouldn't want that, because it would ruin the atmosphere of Transmitter a lot, I think, if that happens. But Placebo's a really nice follow-up to that. Like, again, like how I say the game overall is definitely not for everyone because of its nature. I definitely think there'd be a lot of people who might get more sick of Placebo going through it, because they might see it as padding and filling for the overall game. And I'll admit, there are probably times where Placebo goes on for a bit too long without, you know, making a point about the actual main case. Sometimes it's just about elaborating on character stuff like that. Like, you learn a lot about Morishima, like the whole whittling of the wood stuff, or just him getting angry at construction stuff. That's just character building stuff for Morishima, and to just get across the point of how different the atmosphere of Placebo is to Transmitter. But I'm personally really glad that those two sides do exist, and bouncing between them is, like, it makes for a refreshing experience. I've mentioned it before. Transmitter, I'm enjoying it. I get to the end of every Transmitter session and I'm exhausted, like mentally exhausted, because of trying to take in everything that's happening. It is a lot of information that is hard to process, and they're longer also. Like, getting to the end of Transmitter, I'm still enjoying it, I'm still having fun, but it is an exhausting experience, right? So it is very nice that between every single one of those, we get the slower paced, more relaxed, more direct in its explanations, not having to worry about where you're walking around and solving puzzles, all basically located in a single room. That routine of wake up every day, talk to Red, check your computers, see your emails. Like, for the chaos that happens in Transmitter, Placebo offers a nice balance, calmness, and routine to it that, like, very much takes a lot of that chaos out of Transmitter. Because if you did all the Transmitter in a row with all of its chaos, it would get overwhelming. So I think it's a really nice, like, balance that they've got between the two. I think it's doing very well. Again, it's doing very well for me. I always get to the end of one of these and I'm intrigued, I'm interested, I'm excited, I'm happy with what I experienced, I'm enjoying it the whole time that I'm experiencing it. I'm excited to see where it goes in the future. Like, I'm at the point now where I'm just like, damn, I really actually love this game. Like, everything that it does is so interesting and unique, and just in every capacity that, like, I get excited. I'm just like, I'm so fucking curious to see what happens next. Or I'm excited to go back into Placebo and just, like, get an extra perspective on things, and stuff like that. It make, like, I'm like, the first chapter is, like, the end of first chapter 1 is like, okay, I'm intrigued. End of chapter 2 is like, okay, now I'm, like, thoroughly engaged. And the end of chapter 3 is like, okay, I'm now, like, loving this. I'm now loving my time with this game, and I'm really enjoying it. So I can very much see every chapter that I'm doing, like, especially when taking both combined, every chapter we do is, like, driving my engagement more. Would you give it a silver, or is this a special case where you'd give it a gold? Ha! Good one. Oh, I also missed. Just curious, because I think that's how some people people find the hate raid, but also gets people to find safe spaces. So it's pog. It is so many different types of pog. No, I definitely am meant to do that. Like, stopping the hate raid, if you know, like, because I have a lot less followers in general and stuff like that, like, I've had the risk of hate raid before, because there are those accounts that people make that follow you, and then when that follows you, that's when you get the risk. Because I've got a lot less people following me and a lot less just, like, activity in general with my stream. I've had 2 streams where before it's happened, I've caught one of those accounts that usually leads to the hate raids, and I've blocked it beforehand. and then nothing's happened afterwards. Also, if a hate raid started, I'd end the stream immediately, and I would come back and finish the stream later that day. Like, because I don't have to rely on this for income or anything like that, if it starts happening, I would literally just cut the stream instantly. I'd cut the recording, I'd cut the stream, and I'd just come back later. So, obviously, Twitch should still do something way more about it, and they actually sent out an email recently saying, here are methods you can do to stop it while we work on something. Basically admitting we're not doing anything right now, but you can try and help yourself. Like, obviously, Twitch needs to do way more about it and everything like that, but I'm in a position where it's much easier for me to prevent it and get around it and stuff like that, just because I'm a much smaller streamer. So it works out, it might still happen, but it works out easier in that regard, that it's easier for me to negate the impact of it compared to, like, much bigger streamers. So, fortunately, I'm in that position. But yeah, in terms of the silver case, I'm gonna end it here. Next time, honestly, the next case is so far, out of all the cases that we've had, the one that I'm the most curious and excited to get to, because its fucking name is Kamui Drome. Like, so far we've had, okay, Lunatics, Decoy Man, Spectrum, Parade, okay. All, like, standard kind of names and things like that. And the next one is Kamui Drome. So that's definitely one where I'm interested to see what the fuck is going on with that. So, next time, we will do Kamui Drome. So, until then, this is version 2, signing out.